Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at how do you write an equation in point-slope form. So similar to this problem you see up on the screen, they give you the graph, how do you write it in point-slope form. Before attempting this lesson, you should already know how to calculate slope. You can calculate slope with the slope formula or with rise over run. I'll show both in this video. You should also be familiar with how to graph coordinates. If you want refreshers on any of those topics, I will link those in the description below. All right, so here's our graph. Step one is we need to identify 2 points. Now the first point is given to you, right? It's this red dot. And so that point is 4, 1. And then second point can be anywhere where the line hits the grid right on the corners. So it could be here, could be here, could be here, so on and so forth. I'm going to go with this one right here. So let's call that 9, 2. All right, so we have our 2 points. Step one is done. Step two is to calculate the slope. Again, you can calculate slope using rise over run or the slope formula. I'll show both here very quickly, but this should be review. Rise over run, we go up 1 and 5 to the right. I started from the red dot, so up 1 and 5 to the right. So, and then the slope formula, we would do 2 minus 1 over 9 minus 4, which is 1/5. Same answer, all right? Step three, substitute in the point slope formula. That's this long, ugly looking thing down here at the bottom. Now, it's called point slope because you need the point, you need a point and a slope, right? So we just found the slope, okay? Our slope is 1/5. And the point that we're gonna use is the red dot, okay? That was our first point. So the point was 4, 1. So this is x1, y1, right? It's the first x and y that we're given. And so now we just plug in where stuff goes. So for example, y minus y1, we just said, is the number 1. So y minus 1 equals m is the slope. So we said the slope is 1/5, parentheses, x minus x1 is 4, and we are done, okay? This is the equation of the line in point slope form. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it is time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 2 problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Spoilers ahead in 3, 2, 1. All right, for the first problem, you should have gotten y minus 200 equals -5 parentheses x minus 300. I have it boxed there at the bottom. Remember that this is a scaled graph, so every line is worth 100. There's the calculations for the rise over run and the, or using the slope formula. Could have chosen a different point, but we should come up with the same answer. All right, for the second problem, I am almost done here. I didn't quite finish it. So you should have gotten a slope of 1/8, either using rise over run or the slope formula. And when you plugged in your numbers, you should have gotten to here, okay? Now, this is correct, but when we see the minus negative, remember that a minus negative just means they combine into a plus sign. So really, our final answer would look like this. Y plus 4 equals 1/8 x minus 2. Okay, so that should be our final form. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.